I don't know if I have a clever introduction for this one. Welcome back to another unboxing video where I make old family recipes. We are back in my apartment. It was good to go home for the weekend, but it's also really nice to be back and to get back into the swing of things. Today's recipe is sunshine cake. So this is honestly the most thorough recipe I have ever seen in these boxes so far. It tells me more or less exactly what I have to do, and it tells me how long I have to bake the cake and what temperature the oven has to be. Like, this is the most detailed recipe I have had so far. And I'm like, thank goodness. I'm so excited to actually know what I have to do. So it is a fairly standard, as in there's nothing weird that goes into this cake. It's eggs, sugar, flour, cream of tartar, salt, and then orange or lemon flavoring. For this one, I ended up getting a lemon flavor, even though I'm not a big fan of lemon, but circumstances, it was the only thing I could get. So we're going to be going with a lemon-flavored sunshine cake. So before we get started, I need to preheat the oven because it says how hot it has to be. 325 degrees, baby! 325. Bake. That was less dramatic than I wanted to be. Alright, so I have all the ingredients right in front of me. I have 9 eggs. Yes, 9 eggs. Sugar. I think this should be enough for this recipe, but I also have this big bag just in case. Flour right here. Cream of tartar, which is this little guy. Salt, which is right here. And then the lemon extract. We won't need all of this, but this is what I could buy. So, I have 2 bowls here, but we're not actually going to start with that. What I'm going to do first is separate the egg white from the egg yolks. That's why I have these 2 glass bowls. I think this should be enough, so I can do egg whites in one and egg yolks in the other, because I do have to separate them. I have to do basically half the recipe in one bowl and then the rest in another, and then combine them at the end based on these directions. So first things first, I'm going to separate the egg yolk from the white. It's been a hot minute since I've had to do this. Whew. It's going to... Come on. We don't have time. Eggs. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to do this first half in the smaller bowl because everything's going to have to combine at the end into this bigger one. So we're going to set the big blue one off to the side. That's very off to the side. The first thing we're going to do is put the egg whites in. Bleep. And the recipe says to beat them. Well, I don't have a whisk, but I have forks. That'll work just as well. My arm is going to hurt by the end of this. I have a lot of things I need to beat and or whisk without actually having a whisk. Alright, so beat the egg whites. Add the cream of tartar we have here. So that's 1 teaspoon. This is half a teaspoon, so I need 2 of these. Oh, I gotta break the seal. I had to buy cream of tartar just for this series. So I don't usually use cream of tartar. Alright. So I need a teaspoon of this. This is half a teaspoon. 1. I can put the lid back on. Or rather, half. Not 1, half. So that's 1. Oh, my nose is just... Alright. So I've added the cream of tartar. Now I need to add the sugar, which is 1.5 cups. So there's, give it a little more, 1/2 cup. And this is a cup. Oh, I literally, you can't see that very well. I literally have just a tiny bit of sugar left. won't hurt that bad, right? There's the rest of that cup. Nice. So I'll be able to throw that away. And I'll move this back over where it belongs. Alright. And next, I have to add half of the flour. Now, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups, so half of that is 3/4 of a cup. So for this one, I'm gonna retire these because I have a 1/4 cup. Yeah. I have a 1/4 cup, and it's just, for my sake, it's gonna be easier to just do 3 and 3 than try and figure it out with those two. So I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. I'll put this off to the side with the flour. That's how we're gonna do it, because I'll need that in just a second. So it doesn't say that I need to stir it, but I do want to stir that. What would be the best spoon for the job? How about this one? So I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. It's a little clumpy still, but I think that's okay because we will have to incorporate everything together, and we can still mix it if need be. The next step is to beat egg yolks until they are thick and lemon colored. Oh, I misread this recipe. Not that it's a problem. I thought I needed to do these separately. Okay, I can do it. Yeah, okay. Reading comprehension is low tonight. So, got another fork. The recipe says I need to beat them until they are thick and lemon colored, like I just read. Add this, add the rest of the flour. It doesn't say anything about the salt or the lemon extract, so I'm going to add those last. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's when I'm going to add them, just because I feel like otherwise it would have been very specific. So, it's going to get all incorporated anyway. And also, we're probably going to be here a while, so, how is everyone? Good, good. Okay. I'm gonna call it quits. Okay, so I need to add these to here. That's a sound. Alright. Then I need to add the rest of the flour. So there's cup and a quarter, cup and a half. Done with you. I'm done with you. Alright, so this is where, again, didn't say anything about the lemon extract, didn't say anything about the salt. I'm going to add the salt first, because I have a measurement for that. My plan is to mix everything together. Mix everything together to make the dough batter, and then add this a little bit at a time because there's no measurement on here, and I also don't like lemon, so I'm hoping I'll be able to find some sort of a happy medium where it's like, oh yeah, that's lemon, and oh, that's lemon. Alright, time to mix. It's looking pretty good. A couple more clumps I'll want to get rid of, but I haven't added the... Oh, that's really runny. Okay. Ooh. Oh, there's that salt. Oh wow, I really need to mix more. I'm gonna do half a cup full. That's not quite half. I just forget that I have to I either have to bring my eye level down here or I have to get used to measuring at this level. So I've done half a cap. Oh, I can smell it. It smells like a cleaning solution. All right. All right, so this is our finished batter for our cake. It's looking as a batter should. We'll do one taste test. Oh, got a lot in my shirt. What happened to my paper towels? It's fine. Oh yeah, that's very definitely lemony. So we'll get out our trusty 9x13. Pour it over. This is going to be a very short cake. Alright. Well, I didn't actually need to use this bowl, so back it goes. Oh, hello potatoes. This just feels too easy. This is why I'm like staring at it. Oh, okay. So, phase 1, make the batter, is complete. The next step would be to put this in the oven. So, according to the recipe, this has to bake for a whole hour. But, so this is going to be in for an hour, and the next time you will see me will be when it's cool, and I'll do a taste test and a grand reveal. Alright, so it's about an hour, and I think I waited about 20 minutes later. The cake is out of the oven. The pan is still a little hot, but I will give you a reveal. So, I did cut a little chunk out because when I pulled this out of the oven, I thought I burnt it. It's very, very brown, and the top is very, very crispy, so I was worried I burnt it. I burnt my thumb, so, but I did cut a little section out, and it's very tough, but it did not affect the inside too much. So I'm hoping that even though the outside is kind of tough and the edges are going to be a little rough, it's not too sad. So let me cut myself a slice. It is. I'm just going to put the corner back in like you can't see it. It is very, very lemony. Like I can smell the lemon, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That just means it's going to be a little more lemony than I thought it would be. So, again, the outside looks a little burnt and the top is very, like, porous and crusty, but I'm still excited. I think if I were to make this again, I'd actually might make it in, like, a bread pan. Like, this one's a bit small, but maybe this one, split it in half, or I have another one of these brown ones. Split it into thirds and bake it like this, in these, because this didn't turn out, not that it didn't turn out, but it turned out very, very brown on the outside, and I think if it was thicker and also cooked for less time, it would turn out more fluffy and whatnot, because I also, my timer for the cake went off, and I was talking to a friend, I was like, oh, I can talk for a couple more minutes because it'll be fine, and then I was like, oh, my cake. So, definitely part of that's on me, but enough of that, let's try the cake. Can you hear that? Very crunchy. That's really weird. I'm trying to get some out of the middle. And again, it's a little overcooked. Oh, wow. Maybe it's a lot overcooked. here's the thing. There's like 3 things. It doesn't taste like much. Like, there's a little bit of lemon, which I suppose is what you would want for this kind of cake. So there's not much flavor to it. It's crunchy, because I left it in the oven a little too long, so the top and the bottom are a little crunchy. And it's dense. Like, chewing it is a chore. Here, This is nothing like pound cake. I've never had cake like this. What? What? What is this? Like, okay. I will grant I cooked it too long. Like, that's my fault. I will take the blame for that one. Did I make it wrong? Like, I tried to follow the recipe as closely as I could. And what made sense to me, did I not beat the eggs long enough? Both the whites and the yolks? I want to show you something. So I'm going to tear this cake in half. This piece of cake. It behaves a lot more like bread than it would. Oh, like thick bread. I just don't know what this is. Because it's like, it kind of tastes like cake. But it feels like I'm kind of eating bread. And it's also a little lemony, but it's also kind of eggy, obviously. I think this is the first recipe where I feel like I just made it completely wrong. Like, I don't know what this is. It says it's sunshine cake, but it's not really cake. I literally do not know. Other than I cooked it a little too long, I literally do not know what went wrong. I followed the recipe as closely as I could. Maybe I added salt in at the wrong time. Maybe I didn't beat the eggs long enough. It's also almost like cheesecake. Like, not the taste, but sometimes you get like really thick cheesecakes and you really have to bite into them. Or it's like a muffin. That's what it's like. It's like a muffin. It's like a really dense muffin. Kind of tastes like a lemon poppy seed muffin, but someone forgot the poppy seed. Where's my water? It's not... I was about to say it's not the worst. But that raisin cream pie is a tough one to beat. I'm just like completely dumbfounded by this one. Like, what is this? What? What is this? It's not... What is this? What is this? I have no idea. I have no idea what I did wrong. I have no idea what it's supposed to be like. I think this is the first recipe that has genuinely confused me, which is ironic because it is the most thorough recipe I have. Like, all the other ones, the meatballs, the cookies, the butterscotch, the pie, like, I knew what they were supposed to turn out like, and I kind of knew going into it what what the end result was gonna be. Even the pie, like I had never made a pie before, but I knew how to make one kind of, and I kind of knew what it was gonna taste like based on other pies I've had. Or the butterscotch. I have made candy before. I've made sugar glass. And I've watched my mom make sugar before. She used to make syrup. So, like, all the other recipes, I knew kind of what to expect. In this, I thought I was making a cake. I don't know what I just made. I have no idea. I bet I'm trying to think of ways to eat this because I have a 9x13 pan of cake now. I think this would be pretty good with like ice cream, something to kind of soften it up. I guess I'm going back to the grocery store tomorrow, then getting a whole gallon of ice cream. I don't want to say it's bad because it's not bad. It's just wrong in so many different ways and really weird. So, I guess this was a first. I don't know if I'm going to keep this recipe. I kept the raisin cream pie recipe because I was like, my mom and dad like this. Maybe my mom would like this sometime again. I am not going to save this one. Now it feels like bread. Like it feels like toasted garlic bread. What? Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to not interact if you want, interact if you want. Next week, I'm going to go back to cooking. We're going to be done baking for a little bit because I don't know what this is. And I have to finish eating this before I bake anything else. So, thank you so much for watching. See you next week with another unboxing video. What is this? What is this? What is this?